Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. I just did a couple of videos off of a video that somebody sent me, and this is part 3, and the pattern's pretty cool. If you look at it, it's really cool. It's a little complicated, but I think if we do it, if I go slow, because I'm going to have to go slow. So if you remember from the first video, we made this, and I'm going to mimic this right here. I need this. This is 2 pieces of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mirror it first, and then I'm going to say, okay, we're at 180 degrees. The best thing to do when you're at that case, when you want to get back to 0, is take your Smartfill tool, fill that in, get rid of that, put that back, left click, right click, and now we're at 0. So we're going to rotate 45 degrees. And if you look, that's the way that it is in the picture. I'm going to hit P or plus key and make another copy of it. Now, these don't really line up because the tails are longer. So what you should do, this has to be perfect. So select them, go both, and hit B. Now, that puts them off, but these two need to be connected. So we don't want to move them left or right or up and down anymore. Let's go 0.1 on our nudge now. And just nudge this to the right until it matches and get it close. And that's probably close enough. We can take our Smartfill tool, but don't do that yet because you still need a copy of this one. So make a plus key on the keyboard and do that right here. And then we'll see if this will weld to make that all one piece. And it does, so it's good. Now, if you look, this piece is just the opposite of it. So we're going to mirror it. That's what you need right there. Now, this is symmetrical, so we're going to hit P to put it in the center of the page, and then we're going to take this one and hit P to put it in the center of the page, and that makes it match up perfectly. Now what we want to do is take that centerpiece, and we want to go to we want to contour them all, but we're going to go to Effects and Contour. I'm going to contour just 0.1 or 2. Then I'm going to take this one and contour. That's pretty much the key right there, with the exception, well, I didn't leave an example. We want some over and under. So this piece, we're going to fill in the top or fill in the centers. So I'm going to go first and go to Object and break the 4 objects apart. Now, I really wish I would have left an example because I only have done this once. But we're just going to go with it. I'm going to take away that line, and I'm going to, there's that example. I don't want to take away that line. And I actually have to add 2 lines here in a second. But I want to take, if you hold down your Alt key, you get more of a line. So then we're going to come around, and we're going to get rid of, well, that one I only contoured 1. So if this is going over, this one has to go under. And if this one's going under, this one has to go over. So we'll get rid of these lines. And if that one is going over, this one has to go under. Now I want to bring in 2 lines, and I'm going to make a plus key on the keyboard, and I'm going to go right to here. That's what's going to seal the deal, basically. It's going to make it match. So that one came out good. And I made a second video that before I really did some research on this and watched how he did it. Now what you want to do is this is probably the smartest thing you do, is to group all this together. Let's get this out of the way. We want to use that here in just a second, but we can make another one. So I'm going to group all this together, Control G. And what that's going to do, it's going to help us when we Smartfill it to move it all in. So we're going to go here, there, and there. No, I don't want that, because that piece actually looks like it needs to go underneath there. So then there, and there, and there. So if you look, there's spaces between just some of them because I deleted the lines. Now we can grab this right now. In a case this is a big deal, do not delete it. Get it out of the way, because you made a mistake. You don't have to go completely backwards. Now, the most important thing you do now is take all this and go to Object Group and take it all, go up to Object. Well, I'm going to group it together, but I'm going to ungroup it. Ungroup all. I want to combine it, because if you don't do it, things could happen when you envelope it. So now we're going to put it in that little bitty space. You don't have to be perfectly little. But I'm going to take this all, I'm going to get rid of my box on the inside. And I'm going to take all this and I'm going to put it in the center of the page. That's pretty important. I'm going to bring in my indexing lines. And then I'm going to get my envelope form, which is going to be this right here. I'm going to nudge it out of the way. Don't really have to, but I think it's easier than trying to grab it later. Make this quite a bit smaller. Doesn't have to be the exact same size, because we're going to envelope it. So now go to Effects and Envelope, and right here, Create Envelope Form. You've got that selected and put it in there. Now hold down the Shift key, hold down the Shift key, and then go EC. By doing that, it'll put it right back. Well, I was good, I left that. Now, I've got everything done, so I'm going to hit the Alt key and slide through there and then move this over, because this is in the center of the page. Control D to make it. You know what? I'm not going to Control D. I'm going to do it the way probably the easiest way to do it, but I'm going to get it and I'm going to rotate it to the center. Then I'm going to open, I didn't do this in the first two videos. I'm going to go to Windows, Dockers, Transform or Transformation. I'm going to get the rotation. Excuse me. I'm going to rotate it 10 degrees. And I need 10 will go into, it'll be 36, but I've already got one, so it's 35. And look how much easier that was than duplicating it. And especially on if you have an old computer and it won't keep up like mine. So if you look, now we got spaces where they need to be. Let's take this and Control G to group it. Let's go ahead and put a black box on it. And the reason the black box is where it should be, because I created this last, so this will always be on top. The last thing you draw will be on top. Interactive Fill Tool. Bring it out there, and then you can do anything with it. You know, you can put a yellow there, and let's put a green in the middle, or semi. Let's put a little more red on one side. And see, it's having to do all that work through all those lines. Let's put another yellow on the other side. Let's bring it out a little bit and just have a little bit of green in the middle. That's a pretty cool design. It's just unique. So I almost thank the guy for asking the question, because I learned a little bit tonight too. Anyway, hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.